So at the beginning of last session, we started off with the group camping. Actually, a disclaimer before we get into this for anybody that watches the VODs. I'm doing a slight retcon on a mission. Original mission was to go to Slain to pick up mounts for the whole group, and that is a 12-day journey. And I don't want the next 6 or 7 sessions to be just traveling. I'm kind of ready to get everybody into the story and get things going and get more of a structure. And so I'm just changing what the mission was to they are now patrolling the area around Crossway from the hooded figure that appeared at the trials. Everything else that's happened is exactly the same. And so this session is to cover what we did last session. The group started out camping after a fierce battle with the goblins they are tasked to go kill by Muriel. The group camped. Gideon and Liz took first watch. It was rather uneventful outside of a bright pulsating light from the northern sky, like beyond the mountains, beyond the closest mountain range. Gust and Ham took over for second watch. Gust, once again feeling this strange pull, something very reminiscent of what he felt during the trials, coming from the east, but not quite as powerful this time, but he did definitely sense a similarity, and something seems amiss. So the group headed east on their way back to Crossway, where they encountered a group of dwarfs that Ham recognized were wearing the armor of the Diamond Forge, the Urinhall dwarf army, their standing army. Their armor seemed a little bit off. It wasn't super proper. Some were wearing furs. There were like additional like scuffs in the armor. They didn't look. It looked like modified uniforms. And they told the group that they were looking for a dwarf noble that was accused of treason against the new king, or who they claim to be the new king of Urinhall. They managed to avoid a fight. The group continued east to Crossway, where they camped for the night and at Autumn's house. And they went to return the goblin heads that they were asked to take for Muriel, and she wasn't home, but they did find a mysterious note on the ground from the new supposed king of the dwarfs that said the Diamond Forge had cleared the goblin horde out of Knife Tooth Mountains, and that explains why there's so many running around all over the place. And they also added that they were in need of Muriel's assistance. They needed her help with the healing. And so the group now continued on their mission to scout the areas to try to locate this hooded figure. Started heading out east to the city of the town of Wayfeld. It's about a couple days travel southeast of Crossway. And as they set out, dark clouds started to blanket the sky. The sun disappeared behind them, and they found themselves staring out into the distance as rain began to pour, and they saw the flickering of sets of red eyes from all around them. Is there anything that I missed that you guys found important from last session?
Nope. Good recap on my
I don't
end.
think so.
I'm scared of the eyes. It's all I can think of right now.
Okay. So this is where our session starts. The group's on the way to Wayfeld. Dark thunderclouds move to blanket the sky as a storm rolls in. The darkness presents a new challenge. You find yourselves here, back to back, looking out into the distance, and you see sets of red eyes. One will open, and it'll close, and you'll see another to your side immediately pop open and close. And you hear a deep growling coming from the darkness. Let me get your tokens over here, too.
Do we remember marching order so we know how we're back to back?
I'll let you move your characters around. Brought the no torch over.
I think I'd definitely be back to back with Ham. I know that much.
Yeah,
Which direction are we walking?
we're working east. Right, Vision?
So probably be
Yeah, it's like east,
that.
southeast.
Right.
Yeah, that seems.
I
that
think
seems
that's
good.
what we were doing, yeah.
All right, let's get these copied over. So as you guys are standing there back to back, kind of watching, what one of the figures, you recognize this as the dog, a canine-like creature that you fought with.
That's a big dog.
Side by side with Tavian. And it's standing here growling at you guys in the dark, like from the darkness. The sun is, it's definitely the sun is out, but there's the just thick black clouds and the rain. It makes it kind of difficult to see, but the combination of the two.
We saw them coming, right?
This is the first time that it's like its figure has shown to you.
So we kind of like get slightly surprised by them then, yeah?
You know it's there.
Okay.
You know it's there. This is the first time you've seen its full figure, though, like walking out of the darkness.
Is it only one of them?
You saw way more sets of eyes than one.
Okay.
And
So
as
there's a
you, as
few.
this one is walking, as this one is kind of walking out of the shadows, you see another set blink and
Okay.
vanish,
Uh,
and another
I-
set blink and vanish.
I definitely I definitely say to the group we're being surrounded.
Is there a way for us to know, to perceive if this is one creature like blinking, or does it feel like a swarm? Does it feel like a swarm, like of raptors almost in Jurassic Park or something?
It looks like a swarm to you.
Okay.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can notice if it's, because you said we see about multiple sets of eyes, but I want to see if I can notice if there's like count them and see if they're separate or the same.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, no.
It seems for sure like you guys are surrounded completely. And as you're kind of looking around trying to get your bearings, this one here like steps forward out of the shadows.
I guess we fight them. Liz is immediately crossbow ready, aiming at the creatures, and he's taking a defensive stance for sure.
Yeah, I'm
All right, go ahead and
definitely prepped.
everybody roll initiative.
Oh, please, Daddy.
Let's go.
I'm terrified.
Oh my god.
I'm terrified! Hey!
Drop the nuke.
Apparently,
wait.
Lizard is paralyzed out of
Wait, wait.
fear.
Not yet. Not yet.
Wait, Arxie rolled an 8 and a 22. I'm confused. Is it 8 or 22?
No,
I see 2 Arxie rolls for initiative.
Oh, I guess it would be it would be the first one. I didn't have myself selected.
Oh, okay. I was just asking because I wasn't sure. I didn't know because I had roll 20 issues when we first started up. So
well, there's no doubt in my mind that my roll wasn't that great. It could have been better, but it couldn't have been worse. You know.
it literally couldn't have been any worse.
Yes,
You're right.
it can't be worst. Officially.
You can't roll a 0.
Yep. Is there negatives to like?
You can get negatives if you like roll a 1 and you have a minus 2 on your modifiers, then it's a -1.
Well, I'm not that bad, but it's pretty bad. Okay.
I'm just waiting to see if I get to go
Yeah.
first or not.
Yeah, Gust, you're up.
Okay, I immediately am not bullshitting around. I straight up, are you Willingham?
I'm always willing for a good fight.
I heroism ham.
Okay.
Immediately giving him temporary HP equals to my spellcasting modifier every turn, and I'm concentrating up to 1 minute. So, question on this one, Vision, just because I want to make sure. I know it's not my spell save DC. Would it be my spell attack bonus, or would it be what I'm spellcasting with, Charisma, which would be a 4? Because the difference is a 6 or a 4 every turn for temporary HP on Ham.
It'd be your charisma. It's your ability modifier.
Oh, also you're immune to being frightened, also, Ham.
Okay.
He's a brave dwarf.
How does temporary hit points work? I see the spot for it.
You just,
Basically,
you just add it.
Yeah, every turn you get temporary hit points as long as they keep the spell up, and it's like Ward. It goes through your temporary hit points before your hit points.
If you take
Okay.
damage, you take those first. That's simple.
Gotcha. How many am I getting?
I'm seeing if it's 4 or 6. I wasn't sure. I'm waiting on Vision on this. It's 4.
Be the charisma.
I think it's at the start of his turn, so...
No, I was seeing like the initial cast gives him some temporary
really?
hit points.
Wow.
Yeah. So you get 4. Then at the start of your every turn, Ham, unless I drop the spell, you get 4 more. And it lasts 1 minute, so that's 10 rounds.
Yeah, how does it look to you when you cast this?
Well, I'm pulling out my flute, and I'm just like, I put my foot behind me, touching Ham's leg, and I play a tune, and you see magical notes come around Ham and just envelop him, and he feels a lot braver, and he feels a little hardier than normal. And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to give Arxie a Bardic Inspiration.
Ooh.
And it comes with a Note of Potential. So, depending on what you use it for, Arxie, one of those 3 outcomes will happen: Note of Destruction, Protection, or Note of Ingenuity. So, as I continue to play this song, I look over to Arxie and I just wisp over a feeling of, like, happiness and battle triumph, and he notices a little musical note next to him. It's immune to all damage, it cannot be broken, it's intangible, it's invulnerable, he can't do anything with it, but it just follows him.
A little scary, but thank you.
Beautiful.
And I look around, seeing how we're surrounded, and I kind of I want to hunker into position with my with the dagger out.
All right. So, seeing the first sign of movement in this, these things are very much hunting you down. As far as you know, you're surrounded, and seeing the first movement of battle, this mastiff right here, its growling becomes more intense, and you watch its eyes close, and then you don't see it anymore.
Don't worry, guys.
And then
I
it
got a plan.
immediately blinks back open. And then the eyes immediately blink back open, and it's on Gust.
Oh yay!
They can teleport, looks like.
They're shadow-like, so I imagine they're going to a different realm.
Oops. Did not mean to. That was with disadvantage. It was a
Yeah,
24.
odd 15 obviously hits.
Alright, make a strength check.
Oh fuck, rip.
Alright, so you this mastiff, its large jaws open up and clamp down on your arm for 12 piercing damage. and it shakes its head and pulls you to the ground.
I'm straight
Knocks-
bloodied, by the way. I'm fucking below half already after one attack.
All right. And then you watch as this other one starts to pace over. And it leans down to the ground and starts growling. Liz, you're up.
I am definitely not up. I was the lowest.
Oh, whoops! My bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no
have
worries,
to.
no worries.
We didn't do this in order. Let's see.
I'm trying to find bloodied. What does bloodied mean again? Because I know there's like some stuff coming.
It's on the general rules.
It just means you're half health. That's
Yeah,
all.
it's just a visual display.
Oh, okay.
I
right,
think
Guinean.
I think some enemies gain benefits against bloodied enemies, like if they're like bloodthirsty or something like that. But I don't think this is the case at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, here, let me find it. I'm gonna use a new spell that I got last session. Here. So use my my spell to make a fiery blade in my hand, like a fiery scimitar, and I cast bright light and within 10 feet of me, and dim light for another 10 feet. So I'll do that. It kind of grows out of my clenched hand into a fiery scimitar. It's kind of like a blue flame too, and the signature color. So that's my bonus action. Then I'll step forward and make a melee attack on this mastiff here.
Okay.
Are you using my inspiration?
What was that? That was my feet.
He can wait, right? He can roll and then before.
No, he's got 10 minutes. I'll just ask him because I got to pay attention to my new effects with the notes of potential. So
Okay,
that's why I was
okay.
asking.
Let me make a melee attack with this.
You better hit it hard.
Do I
baby.
really get +5 to a scimitar? Yeah, I guess I do.
Well,
I don't think inspiration's saving me here.
I don't
Yeah, I'll go ahead and save my inspiration. I won't use it this time.
No problem.
Okay, and then as you draw your flame blade too, the blue light is kind of forming around the group, casting shadows all along the open plains here, and the mastiff kind of watches it come out, and then just immediately like goes back to baring its teeth and growling. And yeah, as you swing, it kind of just sidesteps it a bit.
Gotcha.
Ham, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to take a swing at this Shadow Mastiff next to me with my glaive. Which is... Is that the right thing?
Yes.
Yep, it hits.
It's a crit.
And now I okay, so I'm gonna use a menacing attack now that I know that it's a hit. So I roll a superiority die to frighten the creature. But
Damn, we're getting advanced combat now. Holy shit.
alright, so I add 2 damage to that as well from the superiority dice.
Okay, so it has to make a wisdom saving throw.
which is a DC 14.
Okay, so it'll be feared. Or frightened.
Frightened, so it has disadvantage on every attack as long as it's within sight of me. And it can't move any closer to me.
I
Okay.
loved you.
And, go ahead.
Wow.
And it takes, what, 18 damage? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'll notice as you stab at it with your glaive too, it seems to like pierce into its skin, but it doesn't seem to have much of a reaction to it. It seems damaged, but it doesn't seem like it didn't take the kind of beating that you thought it would have with that kind of blow.
I'll shout out to the party. I'm not sure we can beat these things. We might have to look for a way to get out of here. And with that, I will end my round.
Well, I'm knocked prone, so I ain't running anytime soon.
Did
All right, Liz.
do the creature that Ham just hit in front of me look slightly damaged?
It still looks pretty healthy. It has a big cut down its side, but it still looks pretty healthy. There's just like plumes of smoke coming out from where there should be blood.
Damn. Am I in distance to Well, never mind. I think I'm just gonna shoot at them. Thanks to my my level 3. Now, if I do not move, I am able to do an extra attack. So I'll be doing 2 attacks with my crossbow into the one that Ham hit just in front of me.
Okay.
So that's gonna be the first one. And that's gonna be the second one.
Okay, they both hit.
This is gonna be the damage for the first one, and the damage from the second one.
All right. So yeah, as you fire your bolts, you watch as they pierce through this thing, and just bursts of smoke come out of it.
Do my arrows slow down in the slightest while they pierce it?
A little bit, yeah. They lose some of their trajectory.
Okay. Okay.
And you do notice that it looks pretty weak, but it is bloodied now.
Okay, so it is taking damage.
As much as.
As soon as I realize that the creature is getting weakened, it's like, if they take damage, they can die. Kind of like I shout out to Ham, who just called for retreat. That's the end of my turn.
All right, Gust.
So, when I get up from prone, I only have half movement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I get up, I'm using my nimble escape. As a bonus action, I get a free disengage. And I move to here, because that's 15 feet. I got a 30 feet regular. I definitely cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Hey, that's big.
Looking a lot better. I look in my backpacks after getting knocked down and getting back up, making sure Hope is looking okay. And I go, fire, use fire. And I'll end my turn.
All right, so this the first Mastiff that has taken some damage. He's gonna sidestep around a little bit. His new target, he's focusing on Ham. But you watch as it closes its eyes and it kind of goes invisible. and it attempts to step away. So you will get an attack of opportunity, but you can't see exactly where it's at, so it'd be at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hey.
And then
Wait, is okay, never mind.
you
That
grab
hits,
the,
by the way.
you grab the lowest one. You got lucky. It's just
It hits.
fuck.
Okay, once again, you slash at it, and it seems more annoyed by it than anything. Plumes of smoke kind of billow out. Actually, you can't see it, but you do see the smoke come out. You're sure that you hit it, but you can hear like some footsteps for a second, and they kind of trail off. And this thing is invisible right now. I'm just gonna move it to the bottom of the map, or I can still move it. And then its eyes blink open again
Oh shit.
on right next to Gus.
God damn, this thing is headhunting me so bad.
I was thinking about I'm gonna roll perception to see if I can. Nope.
Misses.
And that should be a miss.
It had disadvantage too, but if it misses,
Oh, right, because it's frightened.
doesn't
Let
matter.
me go ahead and... All right, and then this next one over here starts backing away from Genian.
Yeah, better.
Yeah, you get an attack of opportunity. It's not going invisible, but you
Oh,
get an
yeah.
attack of opportunity.
Okay.
It hits.
So, okay, let me look up the damage on this flame blade again. I think it's 3d6. Oh, it's in the chat. I can just scroll up.
Oh, you gonna use
Um,
my bardic to apply my noted destruction to it? I know you already
yeah,
did it,
might
but
as
yeah.
well.
All right. So whatever you roll on a 1d6, it's got to save a it's got to do a con save, and whatever you roll is the damage it takes.
Should I just do that first then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do that first. So this is a con save from that mastiff.
Wait, you need a con save from it?
Yeah. The massive has to do a con save. If it fails, then it takes the damage.
Okay, so that's 3. What was that? Thunder damage?
Yep, 3 thunder damage onto it.
And then rolling damage from my blade. That's from my fiery blade.
So it would be 10 total.
Yep.
All right, you as you bring your sword down, crackling with the thunder energy from Gust's inspiration, you cut into it, leaving a big scar like right down its left eye, and smoke like bursts out of its head, and it continues backing away from you. And as soon as it gets out of range of the light being put off by your flame blade, it blinks and disappears.
Oh shit. These guys are like sharks
enough.
getting into them.
All right,
Scary.
and
I
it
have a bad
doesn't
feeling about
reappear.
this guy.
Yeah, me too.
It doesn't reappear. So Ginian, it's your turn.
Well,
Okay.
If it's anything like the one, it's coming after me.
I'll go try and take a swing at this one by gust. Nope.
Yeah, miss.
Damn.
That's all I can do.
Hey, but the light from your sword is going to help me, my friend.
All right, Ham, you're up.
I'm going to move.
He's doing the flanking. Yeah.
Back behind the mastiff and swing with my glaive.
Okay, it hits.
You had advantage. No?
Oh, it hit anyway.
You might
right,
crit
so-
on the advantage.
Should I just do one more and just see?
Go for it.
I had to try. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's a good point.
Ooh, juicy.
All right, and once again you slash at it, and just smoke is pouring out of this thing. It's sides riddled with puncture marks from the glaive, and the smoke kind of pools out and drifts along the ground before kind of evaporating out, and it's still fighting.
Damn.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Riz?
God, I'm terrified.
As I'm watching my companions, like, fight pretty bravely against these shadow hounds, I begin to have a strange feeling, and I almost say to myself in a it's pretty quiet, boys. I'm not shouting on anything of it. Every dog has a master. As I aim my crossbow, and this time I use one of my fire arrows. I remember what they do here. And in order to ignite it, I use Guinean's fire scimitar, who's right in front of me. So I kind of like put the tip of the arrow in there to ignite the bolt, if that is something reasonable.
Yeah, good idea.
I aim the crossbow at the hound
Don't hit me.
and I shoot it.
My boy! My boy!
I've been waiting for this moment. I do very precise aiming. I shot right between Guinean's head and Ham's arm, and I hit it straight in the head.
All right, how does it look when you kill this thing?
Well, what can I say? The arrow, as the dog is on profile, enters through his ear hole, and it goes straight to the other ear hole, making a vacuum sound. And the shadow like remains of the creature kind of like draw a line, almost like if it's a, like how like a comet looks in the sky. And I look at the party feeling pretty good about myself. That's the
All right.
as far as I know. That's actually, I'm gonna remove right there at the end of my turn.
All right, and then as this thing too, as it's dying, like bits and pieces of it are falling off, like its jaw dislocates and hits the ground, and like it just becomes smoke, and its ears drop off, and like little teeth fall out before the beast is completely gone.
Stay alert, guys. There might be more coming.
Best.
Alright. Me looking happy at my friend, I take one square up, and I go... I'm just kind of like sensing that they're coming after me, and I cast Thunderclap. That means 5 feet around me. That means none of my companions are being hit. And seeing if I land anything. So I'll con save if there's anything near me. Or,
Okay.
yeah.
You do your thunderclap, and there doesn't seem to be anything in your vicinity.
I do a slight jump as this happens. I'm like, whoa! Like, it's kind of like I was expecting danger to come from outside, not from inside, so definitely like, whoa, what is happening? But I just see it's Gust being Gust.
Yeah, I definitely didn't feel like I got anything there.
It didn't seem to be that the case.
Okay. I wanted to use my I just want to move once more right here, and then I'll be my turn.
Okay. All right, and so now, Liz, you hear a growling sound behind you.
I turn around and I see it.
And from the darkness, this shadow mastiff lunges at you.
It definitely hits me, even though I try to juke.
All right, make a strength save.
I will certainly do that.
All right, so this thing clamps onto your lower back and does 13 piercing damage, and it pulls you to the ground and starts like trying to drag you off into the shadow.
Okay.
And so Gideon, it's your turn.
Okay. Let me go ahead and move along over here. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, I'll go to the other side of it. Take a swing at it with my flaming scimitar. That would be... I'm assuming that hits.
You have an advantage too,
Yeah.
right?
It hits.
Do I have advantage?
Yes,
you
are
have
flanking.
flanking.
Oh.
Roll again and get that crit.
Oh well.
3d6. It's another 7. 7 fire damage.
All right, and it strikes, and you slice through this thing, and like there's the flames coming off your blade mingles with the smoke as you cut like a big slice out of this thing.
Good.
And yeah. It still looks pretty healthy though.
Holy shit.
That's the end of my turn.
All right, Ham.
I forgot. Would I get flanking if I move right there?
Yeah, you should.
Otherwise, I can move behind. And
I would
still
say once you have more than 2 people
Yeah.
surrounding it, wherever the third or fourth go, it's still
It's
flanking.
irrelevant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to move right there next to the Shadow Mastiff. I'm gonna attack with my glaive.
Oh,
Man.
The legend.
this dwarf. Holy. Oh.
All right. So yeah, as you stab into it with the glaive there, just a big burst of smoke rips out from the side of its body, and you're cutting your glaive around in there, like you feel like you're displacing bones even, and the hit seems to be. Although your hits before didn't seem to do too much, this one seemed to have quite an impact.
Ooh.
That'll be the end of my turn.
You should be at 12.
The target is bloodied.
Okay. You should be at 12 temporary hit points too, by the way, on McMagic due to heroism.
Oh, I wasn't sure. I thought I had to be touching you. Did I not?
No. I just gotta maintain the spell.
Oh.
So you get it at the start of every turn 4 extra.
Okay, I got it.
And these guys hit hard. Holy shit.
That's it for me.
All right, Liz.
As obviously I'm kind of like shocked by the rampant attack of this creature that I didn't expect. I'm kind of thinking to myself, I've never seen an enemy this fast. And I look up and I see Gideon hitting the creature, and then Ham performing a brutal attack. Something that is so brutal and so magnificent, so powerful, that I get inspired. As I'm laying prone, I stand up and I summon my second wind, trying to get back into combat. I'll roll my 1d10 now. Well, that's 5 HP for me. I finish this as I feel a bit revitalized and healthier, and I draw my rapier and I perform a quick attack to the hound in front of me.
Okay. Roll damage.
It's a fast cut, not as strong as my companions, but it's fast.
All right, you drive your rapier into it, and as your blade is piercing it, its eyes just remain fixed on you, completely unflinching. And you're looking as like smoke is pouring out of the scar on its face, and as you rip your blade out, a plume of this black smoke seems to like drift off into the night air, and it stands fixated on you.
I definitely realize that I might indeed be in trouble. And as I feel like I'm in danger, I decide to push myself into limits that no other person can do. But it's time to finish the threat. I perform another attack with my scimitar. Well, my rapier, sorry.
Okay, roll damage.
It's another quick one.
All right, you continue burying your blade into this thing, and it stands almost like it's taunting you, as it remains there, standing, ready to pounce still.
The face of Liz slowly starts shaping into the Monka S emote. And it's the end of my turn.
Alright, my play.
Yep, you're up, Gust.
I straight up healing word onto my buddy Liz as a bonus action, giving him 6 HP back. Then I quick flash of my dagger, I move in and I strike with it, as I can see the Monka S face on my companion's face.
That's not a face you want to see.
I hit. I jab
roll
it.
damage. All right, how do you want to kill this?
Hell yeah.
I heal. I fucking play my flute as a musical note comes and taps my friend, healing him. Then I flip up the dagger in the air, catch it, and I just come in and I do a big wide slash upwards into its jaw, and I get it all the way through as I split through from under his mouth and through its skull.
It's the Blade Dancer! Oh my god.
All right. And as your blade's tearing through it too, it turns to you, its head real like jittering, and its jaw drops open. It lets out this like horrible scream, and this one too starts disintegrating in front of the party. Its jaw falling to the ground and bursting into this black smoke, and different teeth falling out before finally all of its body is completely gone and vanished, drifted away into the air. And you hear a small thud where a black stone seems to land on the ground where it was standing.
A black stone, you say?
Yes.
Do
Can I-
everyone notice this stone, or only Gust?
Everybody make a perception check.
Everyone but me, right?
Gus too.
Okay.
This
We're not looking good, boys.
good enough.
All right, so you all hear the stone drop. Liz and Gideon, as this happens and this creature kind of disappears, you look up and around at the horizon. You see more sets of eyes, all staring at you. And eventually, one by one, they all slowly blink out. And there's nothing.
Can I investigate? I don't know if it'd be investigation or nature or something, but try to figure out what this stone is, or if I know.
Do an Arcana check.
Anna.
Okay. You're so the stone, when you look at it, everybody can see this. It's very round and polished. And when you look at it, it looks like you're looking into like a pool of oil. Like there's a bunch of like weird almost mixture of colors, even though the stone itself is so dark.
Well, I looked.
And
I definitely looked.
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
go ahead, Gust.
I was just gonna say I looked to the party and say I don't want to stay here any longer.
Gideon, you're not sure what it does exactly, but you get a feeling that this stone originates wherever that creature came from the the other plane.
Okay. Well, guys,
Are you what do you do? Are you just looking at it too?
yeah, I mean, I haven't picked it up yet. I'm crouched down looking at it. But if nobody is opposed, I would like to pocket this for later.
We should probably take it just because it might have some connection to the shadowy figure we're supposed to be patrolling for.
You just see Gus shaking his head like, yeah, looking around, just wanting to get the hell out of Dodge.
I mean, it's a strange rock. Sounds like a good excuse to visit an enchantress, and I like wink to the party.
Okay, I'll go ahead and put this in one of my pouches.
Okay.
Okay, singular pouch. I have one pouch.
How do we want to do temporary hit points out of combat? Because from my understanding, it falls off like 1 HP every so often.
Probably time based, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd probably just fall off.
Just
after
because
the
Ham is
combat.
probably stacking up.
Yeah,
quite a
unless
bit.
another
Unless it's
combat
like
starts
immediate.
like instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys got some new toys. That was cool.
So did you.
Well, I hit something, so yeah.
So you're just gonna say at the combat ends, all temporary HP immediately falls off, or?
I mean, if it was, yeah. If the combats were back to back, we wouldn't be like rolling a second initiative. Like the combat would still exist, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure because usually some people do like every hour you lose 1 temporary HP. So.
Alright.
I'm not against that vision. I think that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we continue on. Does anyone need to? Should probably get out of this area.
Yeah, I definitely.
Wait, is it a limit? Does your spell that gave the hit points a limit, or say it has a limit?
The spell itself lasts up to 1 minute, and every turn it gives him temporary HP, right? So.
Oh, well, temporary hit points last until they're used, or you take a long rest anyway.
Oh, really?
Keep them.
Ooh,
Damn.
Okay. Cool.
wow, that's a big buff. Well, so you're just having a really good day now. Nice.
I'm feeling great. Everyone else in the party is getting bloodied up. I'm feeling like it's a good
I haven't
change
been
from
hit
the
yet
last
either.
fight
I'm with
against the goblins.
I'm sitting there like every fight I'm getting fucking injured. I'm like the Warg fight was my own fault, I'll say, but
Yeah,
let's get the hell out of here.
I'm
Yeah,
definitely
let's go.
looking at my wound. It's the first one that I've taken this in this journey, and I look at Gust and I say, "Thanks," kind of like pointing at the wound since he healed me, and I start walking, following the group.
So we're heading like southeast still, right? I say we're probably gonna head our original trajectory.
Yeah. I as Liz said thanks to me, I look over and I nod my head and I say, anytime, let's get the hell out.
I'm gonna, if Gideon is okay with it, I'm gonna be behind now, as I'm a bit more concerned about my safety since I've just been beaten quite hard.
So you
we
guys
sure we're
are
going the right
traveling
way?
further east then?
Yeah, just this. Cause I think last one when we were traveling towards that town, you said I had a
Let's,
straight shot.
I
Yeah,
say
Wave
I
had
say
it.
we go the direction the
You taste
I say we come the
wonderful.
direction the dogs were coming, since I mean we're looking for the shadow, and that's the biggest clue we got so far. I think we should go that way.
That makes sense. Yeah,
I agree.
where the eyes first started popping up.
Yeah.
Liz sexy.
I kind of
sexy.
look and say I don't
you for
have
the
much
follow, man. I appreciate
feed
it.
for the Warg, but it does make sense.
I mean, I have a bunch of
Alright, so you
rations.
guys-
You're probably not supposed to give it people food, but
As this is, while you guys are talking to, the rain kind of dies down a bit. The clouds are still there, but it's not pouring.
did the shadow mastiffs go? Were they north?
They were east of you a little bit.
Were they generally in the same direction as the town that we were heading to?
Well, you really don't know. They were coming at you from all sides, kind of. They appeared here. The first set of eyes you saw were in this direction too, but
Well, after the fight, you said there
There
was
was
some
that-
kind of in the distance.
they were all around you.
Look,
Well, now that
guys.
it's lighter, do we see anything like irregular?
Oh, it's not that much lighter.
Okay.
The clouds are still there. It's just not pouring.
Okay.
But it looks there's just like signs of the battle here, but it's just like an open road.
Look, guys, I don't know much about shadowy things. I don't know much about wizardy. It looks like this thing we're looking for is related to them, and they certainly look like some sort of summon. You know, these stone things. Maybe it's just channeling them or something. I say we go that way. It's the best clue we have, and we have a mission to do.
I mean,
Which way though?
They were in front of us.
I
They're
make a
all
point.
around us.
I make a point and say the eyes are all around us. We have a town to the east of us. Why don't we go there and see if we hear anything, or at least see if anyone can check out that stone? It's at least a starting point, and it's towards the direction we gotta go, anyways.
Sounds logical.
Sounds good to me. Let's do that then.
Okay.
All right, so the group starts heading east then. The clouds lingering overhead. The world is quiet around you, unusually so. And you continue on this road for a while. Gideon and Ham, go ahead and make a perception check.
I am not a very perceptive dwarf.
You hit hard though.
I do.
And you're a tank of the gods right now.
All right, so Gideon and Ham, you don't see this, but Liz, you notice that that Gideon and Ham are about to walk into a giant pit.
I shout at them, guys, and hoping to
Yeah.
cut their attention. And I point right in front of them. You need to look what
I-
you're walking by.
I kind of jumped standing next to Liz because it caught me off guard. Like, whoa.
It's like the moment I hear Liz kind of yell out, I stop.
I
Showing
point.
what
Is
this
there
looks
anything-
like.
I point at,
Well,
at this big hole or whatever that is ahead of us. Does it look like something that should be there, Vision?
It looks like a natural formation.
Okay.
Something like this that I posted in Discord. There's just a big opening that kind of it swallows the path that you're on, and
Like a
there are
sinkhole?
yeah, like a big sinkhole. There are various trees like being like pulled down into this thing.
Is there anything we can see at the
Oh.
bottom?
It seems like it goes down further than you can see, very far. It narrows at the base a bit, and then there's just like a smaller hole that opens up that seems to go down.
Does it look like a
Much further.
cave? Like a cave, then, kind of.
Well, kind of. It's like straight down though.
Is it possible to like for me to light a torch and throw it down into? I guess the hole big enough for me to throw a torch down to see
Oh yeah,
Like-
the smaller hole in the center is pretty big. This thing is huge.
to see like how if we could either hear like if it lands or see how far the light goes down, or
Go
is
for
it
it.
like or can we? Okay. So yeah, I'll use one of my torches and do that. Drop it down.
As Ham is lighting his torch, kind of to look at the terrain to see if this is something that I could recognize. Have I seen the formations like this before? And it remind me of something like a cave or a tomb or something that I might explore it.
While they're doing all of that, I'm staying on high alert for any ambushes or anything that might jump on us.
Okay. So Gus, go ahead and make a deck save. Liz, you've not seen anything like this before, but while you were hanging around in Crossway, you remember one of the nights that you were at the tavern, you heard somebody talking about this feature, and you recognize this as it's called the Crossway Yawn,
Okay.
but it seems to be a lot bigger than the stories you've heard. This seems to be it's like it's swallowing all of this environment around you.
I assume the story that I heard briefly, like kind of like people talking about it, it had nothing to do with the shadows, the shadow figure.
This
All of
is-
this is pre-shadow figure, yeah.
Yeah, this has existed here, yes.
Okay, but not as big as how they described it.
Yeah, you're in your mind. It seemed a lot like it was a lot smaller than it is here. Witnessing it in person.
All right, I'll wait to see what I say after Gust does his thing.
I look to the party and I look to Ham again and I say, I feel a pull to the north.
I kind of like not pay too much attention about it, and I say, this reminds me of something. I heard about it. These
Where?
holes. I heard someone. I mean, you guys know I don't talk too much, but I was in the tavern and I've heard stories about this before. They call it the Crossway. What was the name, Vision?
The Crossway Yawn.
The Crossway Yawn. These holes seem to appear. And if you're not careful, they might just swallow you.
I want to take the
Ham,
stone out
Ham,
of
did
my
you
pocket.
throw a torch in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ham, as you
Oh.
throw your torch into this thing,
He
it
threw
seems
fire
to like
into trees.
it seems to like. Well, I mean, the trees are pretty healthy still. Like their roots are kind of in the ground. It's just where the ground is collapsing here, and like the dirt's like sort of flowing into this hole. You throw the torch down, it kind of like bounces back and forth off the mud and gravelly dirt that's pouring into this thing, and you hear it like bounce off the wall, and then silence,
I look to Liz.
and then you hear a splash of water.
Do I get any
I'm gonna-
idea of how many feet deep this hole is based off of that?
Seems like it's probably about 300, roughly 300 feet deep.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna take this stone out of my pocket. This thing's whispering to me.
So
It told me to take it out of my pocket.
So I look at Gideon and I go, I'm getting a pull to the north. We got a giant sinkhole. You're getting whispers, and I look to Liz and say, "Is this the only crossway yawn, or is there more that you know of?"
There has to be more of them, because the ones that I heard, they weren't as big or as deep.
I go, this is turning up to be a very terrifying situation we're in.
Okay, little stone buddy. What do you want?
You're serious about
And,
this then? It's talking to you.
I'm being 100. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that I don't think there's anything else in my pockets that would ask me to take them out.
I cannot hear I cannot hear anything. What is it
I
saying?
I look at Gideon and say, ask, can I hold it? See if I can hear the whispering.
It said, "Take me out of your pocket." Yeah, I'll hand it over to you. In case you guys didn't hear it, it just said that the seed is to the north. Gust, feel free to
The
see if you can
seed.
get whispers out of it.
Maybe the seed is his master.
So I'm like, as he hands it to me, I look at Gideon with, for a goblin, a pale face. And I go, the seed is to the north. Let me watch you kill him. That's what it said.
Maybe this thing we're looking for somehow like enslaves these things and forces them to fight for him or something, and he trying to direct us to go kill him, to kind of free him.
I look at him and said, remember the polls I've been getting? They all lead in the same direction. No matter where I'm at, it's always to that one point. I've had 3 polls in the 3 same general direction. North, when we were to the west, it was pulling me east. When we were in Crossway,
Gust, have you been eating any mushrooms?
I look at Liz and I'm like, whispering stones, and I'm getting random polls. I promise you, I don't do drugs.
That's what everyone says.
I feel like we should go.
I hand the
go
stone
north.
to Liz.
We have no other clues, but I still don't understand why you're getting pulled even before we found the stone and before we ran into.
It's a druggie.
I look at the group and it's like, I'm like, it said mortals are so useless. I'm like, Liz, you hold the stone. Just so you know.
Yo, I'm not holding that thing.
I'm like,
I'll
all right.
take it back.
I'm like, Ham, you hold it. Okay, it can't. 2 is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. Just so Liz believes us.
And I'm feeling pretty good about Gus because he helped me out a lot last fight. So I'm like, you know what? For you,
yeah, we don't need to touch
I'll
it.
pick it up.
We don't need to
so
touch it.
I'll take the stone.
I hand the stone to Ham.
Oh.
Like I'm like fucking hairs up. I'm getting pulled into a direction that this stone is talking about. I'm like not about this shit right now.
I'll say, yep, the stone is definitely talking. He didn't tell me to go north, but it's definitely talking.
As you guys are saying this, I hear a whisper. Okay, it is whispering, and I haven't even touched it. What do we do?
Here, I'll take it back and put it in my pouch.
I give it back to
Again.
Gideon.
You guys didn't put mushrooms in my rations, right?
I shake my head. No, I promise you, I'm all about remaining alert.
Okay.
Okay, well this
okay.
stone knows seems to have some information.
I have some questions for this stone.
Well, does it talk back? Like, what?
It knows who I am.
It knows who
I
you
got
are.
some questions
Okay.
for you.
I'm getting far away from the group. This is happening. Like, I don't want to hear
What
anything.
are you?
And finally, you hear a whisper back. Bring me the head of the seed, and I will answer your questions.
You want to answer me now, or I'll throw you down this hole?
Without me, your world is doomed.
I'm still visibly pale, and I'm just like, look, man, I just wanted to find my mom's murder. I didn't want to be no world-saving hero.
Okay, why do you want to help us then?
Yeah, you just tried to kill us.
And there's no answer.
Well, the way I see it is we got two options. One, we try to do what this stone is telling us to do and, head north and kill what this thing wants us to kill, or we can take it back to the Adventurers Guild and see what they want us to do.
I look to the group and say, if we do pursue it, we should prep up with more things that are fire-based to hurt these things, because we're probably going to see a bunch more. And I look at him and I'm saying, you're not very equipped to fight these without fire.
Oh, that was just the minimum of my fire.
I'm pretty sure we're good on fire. Like,
I've got
this
a
guy got
torch,
his
but
spirit
I
frame.
don't know what else I can have that'll help me.
Vision, I look in my bag and I make sure Hope is doing well after all of that, when I got knocked prone and all that.
Yeah, so you open your bag and Hope is in there, sort of just panting, and he looks a little scared, but you attribute it to just it looks like a typical scared puppy of not hearing something and interacting with something it's not familiar with, and his little brown eyes are staring back out of the bag up at you.
Ooh, brown eyes. I actually didn't give it that detail. That's neat. I pet it and I say everything's okay. I'm like, well, if we're gonna do this, I'd rather be more prepped than under prepped. That last fight took a lot of my energy.
Until this stone's ready to answer some questions, I'm just going to keep it in my pouch. I'm not going to let it watch either.
Look, at the end of the day, our quest was to go look for the shadowy figure, and it seems like it's pretty clear how we find it. So, we can make camp and kind of rest before setting out. But my vote is to head north.
I
How
say
is
we
the
go
alchemist
north.
gonna die tomorrow?
What
Wait,
did you
what's
say?
Told me the alchemist is gonna die tomorrow. And to look for trails of blood.
My alchemist.
I'm like, well, that just makes.
No, we have to save her. We have to save her.
Live
Stone, what direction is she?
north. He's trying to get us to go to the seed.
We gotta do what we gotta do. I'm with the dwarf.
How far north are we going? Asking the stone. Okay, we're talking to either we're talking to a god or we're talking to someone that lives on a plane where a god is present.
I pick up the bag. Before I pick a bag, I pet Hope a few times. Give it a little nibble of meat to keep it preoccupied. And I say, all right, if we ain't going east for some food, you guys got to help me hunt for the food then. That's my
I got you. I
trade-off.
got you.
Mariel,
Find all the food you want.
we will save her.
I put my bag on and tap my boy Liz on the back and say, let's go get your woman.
I'm definitely going in the front now.
Yeah.
Chest, chest feeling good. No time to waste.
I forgot about your previous battle wounds. Oh yeah, okay. I can
Don't and no one tell her I've been beaten.
Are we going north?
What time is it right now? It's still pretty early, right?
Yeah, it's probably about 6 p.m.
Okay.
Just coming up on it, like it's not late in. It's probably like late 5 o'clock, 6 p.m. early.
I wanna be on guard for any ambushes or anything like that, just to cover our 6.
Okay.
I don't have the list of stuff.
I want to make sure I track anything related. Maybe I can feel her scent, her smell, her presence. I would remember. I remember her very well.
Make a investigation check. Yeah.
Can I get advantage because I'm motivated by love?
Love is a powerful force, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Did you say yes?
Go ahead.
Well,
actually, I should give you disadvantage for being frantic.
No, 13.
All right.
I'm not that in love. Okay.
So you hear Gideon mention something like look for the trails of blood, and you start looking around and you're looking north and kind of like considering the situation. You notice now like parts of the grass that are kind of like slicked over with a red liquid, like it looks like something's being dragged. And you do notice there's a lot of this. Like it's not just one body; it's a lot of. If that's what you were to assume, or animals, whatever this is, there's a lot of like pathways of grass that is all flattened, being dragged.
All of them the same direction.
You notice like all of it goes north, and you do notice like a small little scrap of cloth that has been torn off, and you recognize it as like the frills at the bottom of Mariel's robe she was wearing.
Even though I didn't look,
I'm just scouting.
Yeah. Even though
those grass circles they told me about.
When I meet Mariel, I didn't look much at her bottom. I was looking more at her front. But I do recognize her dress and the robes. I grab it, show it to the team. She's north. And I kind of like start walking slightly faster.
I look to Liz and say, if that's her clothes, she's north and naked. And
my man. Let's go. Hurry, she might be in danger.
I'm still on guard, by the way. High alert.
I'm definitely not on guard. There's something on guard, but it's not me, you know? I'm definitely dual wielding, so yeah.
All right, so you guys break away from this path here, and well, where the path was, the sinkhole swallowed it. What was a clear-cut direction, you've veered off and started walking into this. It's more like a lot rougher terrain. Still flat land, but there's like tufts of grass that have grown up, random rocks that you're kind of stumbling over, and the trees start to get a bit thicker. And in the distance, you notice it is dark right now because the clouds are still blocking out most of the sun's light. But you do notice something far ahead that looks like it's up on a hill, and there's some kind of light coming from it.
How far away
flickering.
it is?
I wanna do a perception check around it, see if like there's like any dangerous since we've been fighting shadowy things, if I can notice it because it's light, if there's any weird shadows or anything.
All right, so it's probably about a few hundred feet in front of you. Gus, go ahead and make a perception check.
Fuck, man.
All right, you're as you look forward, you notice there's a lot more large. It's not quite hills; they're like large, square, like sturdy rocks here, like broken pieces of. It kind of looks like a broken piece of a mountain, like pretty big, jagged rocks. And you see that a lot of the trees around this area are dead. And you do notice between all of that, there seems to be, up on this hill, 3 that you can make out stone pillars.
I look to the party and I kind of point and I say 3 stone pillars from what I can see.
Let's go up.
Kind of different from the rest.
Say let's go check it out and kind of.
I'm still on guard while we walk up, looking around.
I make sure that as we're going up, I'll try to like go a bit, walk a bit aside of the group, and I try to go on stealth.
All right, go ahead and roll your stealth. All right, and you're going in front of the group.
Mm-hmm.
You said you're walking ahead, Liz.
I'm walking like a bit on the side, you know, if I was like here, kind of like making sure that I'm like, you know, maybe going more through the bushes and stuff, just in case we don't get ambushed, we have some sort of, you know, we're not just like, I'm just going a bit spread out to avoid, you know, just getting flanked by all directions kind of thing.
All right, and here, as you guys are approaching this too, you notice between there's like pools of blood running down this hill. This is like up on a mound, and there's these 3 pillars, and you notice there's just piles of bodies up here, goblin, human, all just thrown in a pile, and blood is kind of like draining down to the this path here.
Can we see into the middle of the hill? It's like right there, like.
In the middle of the hill, you see in these columns here, there's torchlight. So in the middle of the hill, you see a familiar figure standing in the middle of this pile of bodies, and he has Mariel tied up. She apparently is unconscious, and you see he's like sliding a blade down different, like her arm, like dripping blood into the rest of this pile of bodies here.
Has he seen us?
He doesn't seem to be aware of you yet.
I definitely get a little angry as I see him, and
Who is this person?
The hooded figure.
Okay.
The one in the arena, and just for double confirmation, kind of Medi here. That was we did say that was the one that killed my mom, right?
No, you have no.
No, okay. For some reason, I thought
They said we recognize him, so.
Yeah, he's from the arena.
It's the arena.
Yeah.
There are many
Hello,
of these
Jim.
things.
They always look familiar enough, like to each other at the least, or.
Do they all look the same? Not to sound racist.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So even if it's not the exact same one, we could assume it's part of the same like group or whatever.
I definitely
Yeah.
move stealthy.
I also
Into a
I
position.
don't want to
there.
move up, like kind of next to this rock here.
I want to do a stealth check also, just so I can get closer. And would I be? Could I do a
Wait, guys.
either an
Don't you notice we're
arcana,
here?
either an arcana or a history check, see if I recognize the ritual?
You could try an Arcana check.
All right, so that's gonna.
He knows.
Fuck,
we're
I'm
here,
not stealthy. And
And
What do you say?
should we
What?
do, little stone?
What do you say,
Wow.
Archie? What does the stone say?
He knows we're here. And then I'm asking the stone what we should do, given that.
Gus, you don't recognize what this is, what sort of ritual this is.
Am I like close enough to see anything about these pillars? Like if
They
it-
look like I know on this map it kind of looks like they're engraved, but they look like just natural stone.
okay.
But
it's not
you do
it's not
notice,
stonework.
right? Yeah, it's
Okay.
not stonework. But you do notice there seems to be like some kind of carvings on the insides from the exposed insides that you can see.
Which pillar is my reel on?
She's like in the same square as this dude pretty much. She's in the center. Like
She's holding
he's
her.
there's a
So,
like
so he's like she's right here kind of thing.
right, yeah.
Okay.
There's like a huge mixture of like goblins and humans here in the center of this mound.
Corpses, yeah?
Yeah. Or at least there doesn't appear to be anything moving.
I think to myself, we gotta stop her. I'm literally about to walk out of my cover, and I just shout, "Stop!"
I kind of look at Liz. I'm like, if you're gonna blow our cover,
I don't say anything in loud, like, by the way. I'm just
No,
thinking.
I'm gonna ask this stone what we should do.
Well, he has the stone. I kind of see Lizard kind of getting frantic, and I'm saying if you're gonna like do anything, shoot a fire arrow at it.
And you guys
can
watch
kill
as this
us?
thing like sort of you watch as this thing sort of sits down like in the pile of bodies with his back turned to you.
Do you mean he can kill us or he can kill her?
And the stone remains silent.
We gotta do something, guys.
Should we kill him? Asking the stone.
We,
Why don't we try to ambush it?
yeah, if I
He already knows we're here. He brought us here. I step out of my cover. I step out.
I see Liz step
I'm
out, so
gonna
then I
stay.
step out.
I moved to the corner of the rock here, kind of like put my back again, like my back towards it a little bit, using it a little bit like cover, and put my crossbow on this guy, like in my sights.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay in cover.
I shout, "Hey!" Try to get his attention. I'm aiming at him with my crossbow.
And he doesn't move.
Well, I move closer.
I keep moving forward, yeah.
I shout
And you
louder.
You watch as he stands up and drops Muriel's body to the ground.
Okay, I have no
And
plan
he
after
starts
this. Sorry.
he starts walking to the edge.
When I
I
start running up to see if
I'm definitely
she's
walking
okay, like
to the girl, yeah.
yeah, to where she.
All right, everybody go ahead and roll initiative. Oh, let me get this out.
Yeah, get the table out first so we can get our good or bad rolls first.
Oh, it didn't work. I had a 19.
Just roll and then you can change your number in there.
I'll roll again.
You can see I got the motivation of love there.
Oh,
you can
wait,
just
I
fix
gotta
it.
click again.
Roleplay rolls, dude. It's incredible.
It was a 19.
19, yeah.
All right. And Liz, as soon as your foot like gets it, your first step within the center of these pillars, he immediately like turns back around and lunges at you.
Good, he can try me. What am I supposed to do?
1 second. I was just setting up his
Oh, no worries.
health.
Setting up his health, his initiative to fuck us, general DM stuff.
That was accidentally rolled at disadvantage, but they're the same.
Oh, really? That's funny.
So, all right, Liz. You guys watch this as this figure, his cloak kind of like blows around in the wind. He reaches out this pale, gaunt, like thin arm, these long black fingernails coming off of it. And he doesn't even touch Liz, but you watch as like a faint blue glow like kind of comes from Liz's skin and like gets like it like swirls around this guy's arm.
I'm getting fisted. Okay.
No, his hand is open. He's like sucking life energy
Kind of
out
like
of you.
the Emperor from Star Wars kind of deal?
Yeah, he's using the Force.
Okay. Okay. I definitely
And
feel
so-
like my energy is being taken out of my body.
And you take 17 necrotic damage. Oh, I had that whispered to myself. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, we
only
didn't see that.
only
Yeah, 17
17.
necrotic damage.
Okay. How much
And,
is? Okay, let me. Easy. Well, that's not really good, guys.
Yeah, so like as this is happening too, like little drops of blood start to come from Liz's nose, and they fall one at a time and hit this pile of bodies underneath. And this figure looks at you, Liz, and says, "The life of a few to save many." And above you, where these columns are, you see a portal rip open in like a triangular shape, very similar to what you saw at the trial.
Good. I look at it. And I spit to the floor. And my saliva is mixed with the blood of my nose. I have no fear in my eyes.
All right. And while as you look to the ground and spit, you notice 12 sets of feet forming at the bottom under this portal, as like a sort of fog kind of like bubbles up from where all these corpses are.
Good.
And as the fog rises, these figures slowly start to become unveiled.
How many are they? 12? Am I like a bit stunned? Am I able to react to this kind of like on a rational point of view, or I'm a bit like this attack he did to me has kind
There
of
are
like
13.
13. Okay.
Can I see like all of this going on at my distance, like 13 feet and all that? Like, is it clear as day to me, or?
You guys can all see this. This is going to be a more laid-back combat.
Okay.
Yeah, lay
Also-
back because I'm fucking gonna die. That's how laid back is.
There's no like tokens for these figures, right? I'm not like lagging.
Yeah. Could you also fix the turn order? It's bothering me going from least to most.
They're not figures yet. You just see like feet in the bottom of like shins.
Okay.
So since he said the stone said the seed, I'm looking around to see if I can like notice any seeds, like anything that seems like a seed.
You remember from the trial that this figure said it was a seed, one of many seeds.
Yeah, they are the seed.
Oh.
He is the one bringing all of these things. If we kill him, like, it's gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what we assume.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, I look like I have.
That's what I assume.
I'm
He's the one
YOLOing.
who was
I'm
formed
YOLOing pretty
first.
hard. So hope I'm right.
I hope you're right.
I hope I'm right.
Is it my turn or?
Yeah, him.
Okay. So yeah, I see this figure basically like sucking the life force out of Liz. So I'm gonna swing at him with my glaive.
You're not gonna try to flank?
No.
Okay.
All right, it hits.
Oh,
All right, I'm going to use maneuvering attack. So when I hit a creature with a weapon attack, I'll expend one of my dice to maneuver my comrade into a more advantageous position.
Ooh.
So Liz can move half of his movement without provoking opportunity attacks.
Okay.
And then I'll roll my dice.
that's fucking noise.
You could use that to just run away. Like,
Yeah, seeing as how
I'm
you're
not
like-
running away. I'm saving my lover.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Sorry. My d8. And then my damage. So 19.
And he seems to not react to it at all. He kind of just turns his head really slowly and looks at you and just says, useless.
This guy's rude.
There. I'll end my turn.
All right, and so the bodies are starting to appear more quickly now. And yeah, so Gust, it's your turn.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and put some dots out too where
Can I
they're
get some
at.
music too?
Yeah.
Yeah, get the music. Also, so just quick question, just regarding this. If I have level 2 spell slots open, I could cast a level 1 spell as a level 2, correct?
Say that again.
If just as an example, I have 2 available level 2 spell slots that I can use. But I want to use Healing Word at level 2. That's cool, right? I just expend the level 2 spell slot for
Yeah,
using
you can do that.
Okay. So just making sure. I can see Liz
There.
from where I'm standing, right?
Yeah, I gotta refresh. Well, I need to refresh my roll 20, but I don't know if it'll mess up this.
I don't think it should.
The initiative.
Epic music. Come on, guys.
Oh wait, is there music? I can't hear it.
If you want to refresh, I'll wait. On
It's
my
definitely
turn.
on.
I refreshed. That fixed it.
Okay, cool. So I can see, I can still see Lizard from where I'm standing, right?
You should be able to. He's up on a hill.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna cast Healing Word on the Lizard.
That's 8 healing.
Yeah, now Healing Word. I'm just double checking this. That's a bonus action, by the way. So Poggers, I still get my main action. And then I'm gonna Vicious Mockery the dude, obviously. Him. So. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to do that. It's a 2 psychic damage, but he's got to do a Wisdom save. Holy fuck. Yeah, he does not give a fuck. I'm then going to... I'm going to move here like this. Just checking range real quick. Yep. There we go. And that'll be my turn.
All right. So, as this is happening now, enough time has passed that you're starting to be able to see a little bit more of these figures, and it's kind of about. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Almost to their waist is being shown now, and Liz, you recognize one of the sets of legs. It seems like this is traditional. So in Stalton, Stalton is led by a general that kind of like doubles as their High Inquisitor, and you recognize this like their leather pants with like studded leather. You recognize this as something that would be worn by some of the Stalton, like the elite military.
Okay, I am. We're gonna be in trouble, guys.
It's your turn.
I'm gonna try to proc.
Sorry, I just realized something. It's 11 that you healed for because of the higher level cast gave it an extra 3. So you only took the 8. I just noticed when I.
So I need to add
back in
how
the
much to my HP?
3 more to what you did with the 8. Sorry about that.
No worries. I swing my scimitar with
Advantage.
yeah, my rapier. Sorry.
Okay. Roll your damage. Okay. And as you as you swing down on it, it seems to just almost bounce off of its armor, and it cranes its head back to look at you very slowly and raises its hand up again, and he says, I wasn't gonna kill you, but maybe now I'll reconsider.
Leave her alone, or you will have to kill me.
She's dead. You are the last of the blood I needed.
I stand there, ready to attack him again, with huge rage. But this will be the end of my turn. I can't believe what he said. I don't want to believe it. And it's just fueling my rage. That's it.
Alright, Ganyan, as you I see you're already starting to circle around a bit. As you do this, more of the bodies become revealed. And you notice this one closest to you is wearing a lot of furs that are familiar. You remember from your time up on your mountain, looking out over the scattered tribes of the people of Drath. You recognize this as a piece of clothing that they would wear. Some of their elite warriors, those closest to what they called their king, the Winter Father. It is your turn.
Oh, my.
Guinean.
Okay.
Oh, whoops, I was muted. Should I not be standing on these little yellow lines?
They're
Or is that
like
somewhere I can
the yellow
stand?
dots. They're like on those yellow dots. They're like fully formed, like humanoids appearing there.
Okay, I'll go to the other side then. 1, 2, 3, 4.
If you were to try to,
Five,
if you were to try to step in it, you'd
6.
get bounced away.
Okay. I'll bring out my flaming scimitar again take that down one. Just, I don't know, kind of throw it out of my hand real quick. Not as elegant as last time. And go for a quick stab in the side of this guy.
Okay.
Remember, you have
Disadvantage, too.
advantage.
Oh, I have it. Oh, yeah.
Thanks for flanking.
We're fucking up this guy. That's my boy.
All right, roll your damage.
I feel like it's a race to kill this guy before these things appear.
10 fire.
Okay. And you're used to watching your fire disintegrate things. So far, it's been a huge help to your allies. But here you watch as your flaming blade hits this. And he turns and looks. And he says, "I'll kill you all if I have to." Still seemingly pretty healthy.
Okay. That's it for me.
And as Ham, it's coming up on your turn. He turns to you again and says, "Ah. The one that you know is already here." And these figures, now it's about up to their rib cage. Where their rib cages would be. Ham, it's your turn.
Alright. I can't let all the murder the shadow creature has done. So, it sounds like he might be trying to let us go. He doesn't necessarily want to kill us, but I'm gonna swing at him again.
Advantage. Thank God. I'm a god tactician.
Is that a hit?
Random question, why do we have advantage again?
We're flanking.
Flanking.
Oh, got it. Am I considered flanked at a range from here?
No, range can't flank.
Can't?
Can't, yeah. It's just melee.
Okay. Thank you.
Unfortunately.
I take it that's a hit, right?
Yeah, it hits. Roll damage.
Alright, I'm gonna use my menacing attack, which is the one where he has to do
Hello,
a
Tara.
wisdom saving throw roll. And I roll damage plus a d8. So I did 12 damage, and he has a disadvantage until my next turn on all of his attacks.
Okay. And yeah, your attack still seems to have very little impact. He stands there, like as still as a rock, kind of like looking around at all of you, just passing time. And then he speaks again. "It doesn't matter. If you kill me here, I know my family is safe." And these figures, it's about up to their shoulders now that you can like see their full bodies. And he speaks one more time. "The Prince of Dusk will save us all." And he crosses his arms and stares. Gust, it's your turn.
Alright. I gotta do some big fucking brain plays right here. Alright, I run through. I look to Liz and Gideon next to me. Are you both willing?
Let's fucking do it. Let's do it for her.
Yeah.
I cast Heroism level 2. I can pick 2 targets and give temporary HP to every turn, and I get concentration up to 1 minute. So you both get 4 temp points at the start of your turn every turn. And as a bonus action, I pull out my flute. I play a tune. Musical note appears and casts over Guinean. You are now inspired.
Cool.
And then I take 1 step back. Oh no, that provoking attack opportunity. Yeah, I guess I'm still flanked here, so I'm good here. And that'll be my turn.
All right, Wiz.
As the shadows appear and my companions join in.
You get 4 temp HP, Liz.
Another 4 from the.
Yeah, it's start of your turn.
I feel revitalized by the spell casted by my friend Gust. I look at Muriel after hearing his words of claiming her disease. Can I see if she is still breathing or if she's still alive?
In the heat of combat, you can't tell.
I try to look at her through, all the chaos and the bodies and the movement, and I can't tell if she's okay. The only way to know, to kill this motherfucker. I grab my scimitar once again, and I swing it, this time powered by the power of love.
Roll damage.
And my love is powerful.
And as you thrust forward with the rapier, where you're used to you stab into flesh, and just some black blood drips out a little bit, but he stands completely still.
If he bleeds, he can die. I use my quick shot. I'm gonna use, even though we are close range, I'll use my hand crossbow to perform a disadvantage attack. And guess what? It hits. That's another 8.
Roll damage. Alright. And the bolt kind of gets lodged into his skin, and still just unmoving. You actually now his hood seems to fall off a little bit now. Up to this point it's been pretty dark. His face has been covered, and you see it looks like the features of an elf, but his eyes are completely black, and you see all of this scarring on his face. And as your bolt pierces into his skin, you see just no reaction from him at all.
I look at him in the eyes. I can see his suffering. And I'll make sure, briefly, he will be freed from all suffering, because he will go extinct. That's the end of my turn.
Alright, Guinean.
Are these shadowy figures, are they threatening? Or are they just standing there?
They're all just sort of standing. They're not fully in existence yet. They're close.
At a glance, can I tell what any of the carvings on the pillars are?
Make a what would this be? Arcana check.
Oh, That's decent.
Yeah, at a quick glance, it looks to be a sort of calendar. All of the carvings on each of these stones seem to match, and they seem to be counting down to a day that you would know of as the Day of Souls. It usually falls at the last day of autumn, and it's a time when the shadow plane and the plane of life come the closest to like overlapping with the material plane. And being mid-spring, you find yourself at like mid-spring currently.
So they should be the furthest away now, right? They're furthest separated if they're the closest in the fall.
Yeah, they'd be a little bit further away. It's like the Day of Souls is when they come the closest to overlapping, and then they sort of drift apart.
Interesting. This guy isn't bloodied yet?
No.
Yet.
Okay. Would it be a bonus action to take that stone out of my pocket or pouch?
Maybe the stone is the key.
You can probably do it as a free action.
Oh, okay. I'll take it out as a free action and see if anything reacts to it.
As you pull the stone out, the figure doesn't seem to react really.
Okay, well, I'll take my blade that's at my side and swing it up into the guy.
Advantage.
How do I roll with advantage?
On
Instead
your
of rolling
character
twice.
sheet, at the top, it will have like advantage, disadvantage, normal. You just toggle.
It's right above your
Oh, yeah,
initiative.
yeah.
Yep.
Alright. Oh, wait. Oops. Okay, I'm not sure how to do that. I'll just roll it twice. 25. Ooh.
That's a crit.
That's a terrible crit.
Still a crit, okay?
Your flame blade hits, and you're still expecting this thing to ignite, but nothing happens, and you see his face too. Looks like the marks of almost torturing, the scarring on his face. He seems to not react at all. Still standing. Very healthy.
Okay.
Very healthy. This guy is powerful.
Actually, he is
That's
bloody.
it for me.
He's blooded.
Remember, you still do have that inspiration there, Arxie. And you did
All
gain
right.
4 temp HP on this turn.
Does that keep stacking? Or is
Yes.
it just resets every turn?
It's
Ooh.
stacking.
Stacks for 10 turns technically, right?
Yep. Or until he breaks my concentration.
But,
Okay.
but he wouldn't know that, so obviously he's not gonna try.
Obviously.
Kappa.
All right, and you guys watch now as all these figures are fully formed. And this one here, it has the least defining features of all of them. A lot of these people around, you can see them now. They look pretty powerful, you can tell. And this one seems pretty scrawny. As soon as he comes fully into focus here, you feel just... Actually, it's the whole group really comes into focus here. you feel an intense cold over you, like you're in the middle of a blizzard with like no jacket on.
Ooh, back at home.
And the grass around seems to just kind of wither, some of the blades of grass crumbling. And you see this guy, the scrawniest of the 13, wearing this hood and the same almost, he's wearing like almost the same dull brass suit of armor. And you watch as he draws this rapier of his own out, the blade pitch black. And all of you hear a whisper in your mind.
You have my approval.
And the blade pierces through this
Peepo short on a
figure in front of
goose.
you, his chest.
Thank you very much.
Spurts of black blood, like, splash out behind him on the other end. And you watch as this sort of spiral of energy coils its way up this black blade that this figure has drawn and stabbed through it. And out of the hilt, as this energy comes up the blade, out of the hilt it seems to be dispersed again as a mist, like a light blue mist that kind of evaporates. And this figure almost seems to be drawn inside of this figure here.
Nazgul!
And they're all standing here kind of looking around at each other. And we can run through here what you guys see. The first one here, you notice, is very cat-like. Almost dressed like royalty. Pretty scrawny, wild eyes. One feature that you do notice between all of these figures is they seem pretty colorless and dull. Like, they're still very human, but it's just like their face lacks emotion. Their clothes lack color. They're all very pale. And so the next figure here, this large towering orc. These are pretty similar to what I linked in Discord too, if you'd like to look at those. This tall, just huge orc, like skulls lined around his around his belt. This massive hammer. Everybody, they're all standing here, just looking very serious.
Are they looking at us specifically, or just around?
They're kind of just, they seem to not even care that you're there. They're all looking around at each other. Right, and then Gideon, the one you noticed that looks like the Winter Father from Drath. You see a man here in a very pale. It was once a suit of armor, but it's lost its shine. Seems to be like a military general of some sort. Liz, behind you, you see she's definitely a full-blooded elf. She's wearing these very elegant robes, and you'd imagine they'd look extremely fancy if the color was still there, but everything seems to be so drained and lifeless. You see another man here wearing like the scraps of a farmer, it's the kind of what you get the sense of, like a potato sack, almost cut out vest and some real loose clothing meant for like working in. You see, Liz, you notice now this figure, what you once thought was the pants of somebody from Stalton. You recognize this man now as he looks like the High Inquisitor of Stalton. Just something seems weird or uncanny about him.
What
There's
picture?
a figure down here.
Sorry, what picture is it? The one on Discord, just so I can.
Third from the bottom, just the man in the hood.
Okay, I'm showing them on stream. Okay, continue.
Okay. Yep, you see another figure here. Seems to be just this hulking, almost looks like a samurai warlord. Huge katana glowing with a blue fire. You see this another figure seems to be covered in a lot of jewelry. Seems to be pretty rich. Sorry, this cat is very distracting. All right.
Ganked by cat.
I'm getting ganked by my Snick. Another figure seems to be wearing a lot of very loose clothing. It looks like it's weather worn or like he's been in a sandstorm. It reminds you a lot of Vadrian's clothes, what he was wearing, how they looked as somebody that's traveled a lot in the desert.
Okay.
And they all seem to look at each other. And none of them move their mouths. You expect this is coming from this scrawny figure. And you hear whispers in your mind. You can't tell if there's a direction where they're coming from. It seems to be a lot of overlapping voices. And in between the voices, there's like, you hear the sounds of like crying and screaming. It's finally time. And then and then you hear again, at all costs. And now all of the figures around him repeat, at all costs. And the world around you goes black.
Monka?
So the world around us is black, there's nothing we can do?
You can't see anything. And as this is happening, you start to feel these like gusts of wind walking. It feels like these figures are moving now, but you can't tell where and what direction.
We can't even sense the hooded man anymore, right? We can't see anything, we're blinded.
You can't see anything.
Can we still feel like the ground beneath us?
Yeah.
The grass? I mean, I might be dead or something.
Yeah,
but-
you yeah, you can.
I rub my eyes, try to get some vision.
Ham just kind of like spins around with his like glaive at the ready, seeing if like keeping it close to him, but just kind of like seeing if it feels anything, like a defensive position.
Just to be clear, this darkness is not the kind of darkness that you would get on a dark place or by the absence of light. This is something else, right?
Yeah, your dark vision doesn't see through it.
Yes.
Because I'm assuming we don't see the light from the
Well,
flaming scimitar yet.
We're basically blind right now, and we have no choice.
I'm glad we're blind, so you can see my scared face.
Just let us know
I'll,
when
I'll,
we can
I'll,
speak
call,
again.
I'll call out. Can anyone see anything?
Can we even hear each other?
I can't.
You can hear each other.
I go, no. I kind of put my hand in my bag to check on Hope.
Hope is still in there moving around. You can feel him.
Darn, Hope's blind again. Fucking
I'll shout out kind of like, hey Stone, you kind of got us into this mess, and what's going on?
And as you speak out too, this you hear again the whispering in your mind. Not from the stone, like the tortured, multiple whispers of this thing, like digging into your brain. And it says again, silence. And then you hear him say, add them to my army.
Add who?
He's recruiting. Well, an army only has one purpose. That purpose is war.
I'm like nodding my head even though you can't see it. Like, yeah, but who are we going to war against is the question.
And the darkness starts to fade now.
As
And
my
you
eyes,
find yourselves,
I'm rubbing my eyes as we come back to vision.
you find yourselves alone, like in this pile of bodies here, and you watch as two goblin bodies kind of like shake a little bit and like jerk to life.
Zombie
Combat ain't over.
goblins?
Ah, fuck.
Alright. And then you guys watch as the freshly blood-drained body of Muriel starts to twist and writhe around on the ground. As the same blue energy that you watched like rise up that figure's his rapier as he was like absorbing the figure in front of him, you see that same like coloration start to like envelop her body as she starts to stand, her body struggling to keep balance, and different parts of her bones you can hear them like crack back into place as she stands up and turns with a hiss.
I extend my arm and I call her name, Mario, to see if she can recognize us.
And there seems to be like no intelligent response.
Was there any like change in facial? Like she recognized the response, but like even though there's no intelligible response back, she noticed that we interacted with her, kind of thing.
The language is just not registering,
Oh, okay.
if that makes sense.
She's aware of our presence, though, correct?
Yes, she is.
Okay. I look to the boys around, say, death comes for all of us, but we shouldn't come back from death. We should put them back where they belong.
Can I tell at this point that she's 100% dead?
She, Go ahead and say that again.
Is she 100% dead? Can I tell that?
She's standing and looks pretty aggressive.
I look at Liz, I'm like, do you want her to become the thing we just fought?
Stop! Let's see what she does. We got other problems anyway. And I point at the goblins.
There's remorse on my face. It says, I'll do goblins. I'll give you a shot the way you gave me the shot to work. But don't make the same mistake I did.
I nod. You can see the sadness in my face, as I am expecting the worst. I look back at I look back at Mariel to see if there's some life in her eyes. The life that captivated me when I first saw her. Hello, Vangelis.
And you see that the eyes are kind of clouded over.
Can I? Are we still in combat, Vision?
Yeah,
Whose turn is it?
it'll be Ham's.
Okay.
I scream, "Do not attack her!"
Ham, you could grapple her.
Yeah, so what I was gonna do was do a grapple, which that's what I'm looking up exactly how this works.
Keep in mind, we still have 2 zombie goblins to deal with. Other than her.
Hold on, let me just read exactly how.
Yeah. It's based off your strength against their strength.
Yeah, I need 1 free hand too, so I have to put away my weapon. Alright, so I'm gonna... Alright, I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 1. I'll move right there. So I moved out of Muriel's range.
Does she have an attack of opportunity?
Yeah. As Ham kind of like skirts around the side of her. Sorry, I thought I had this character sheet built in. I guess I didn't. Hey guys, I know this is a bad time. Would you guys be down for like a 30-second break so I can input this character sheet?
Yeah, I
that's
want to make
fine.
I gotta go pee and make
That's
a hot
fine.
cocoa.
We'll
so
do
that's
30
fine.
seconds.
Okay.
Make it. Help.
That's a short break.
Help her. Enter back into his senses. If the answer is yes, we can take a break. All right, I'll be right back. 30
Okay,
seconds.
I'll be back.
Fuck!
I thought for sure I had this. I guess I made so many earlier I overlooked it.
Hey. Did I give you enough time there, Vision?
Yeah. Let me use the restroom real quick, and then we're good.
No problem.
I'm back. Hello.
Welcome back. Yo, Vision. I feel for you, man.
I don't.
I've been talking up my girl Grail and all this, and just to watch this happen in front of me, I'm feeling for you.
We don't know yet, okay?
We don't know.
We're 99% sure, but there's a chance. You could say a 50-50
Look,
chance.
we live in a crazy world. You never know what's possible.
Well, I know what is possible. You guys got temporary HP shields. I got nothing. I'm almost tapped out, and I got a fucking zombie goblin on my ass. I'm scared as
Wait,
fuck.
how are you
right now.
half dead? Who hurt you?
The zombie goblin's about to probably come and put
Oh
something.
yeah,
in my
but you're
butthole.
fine now, right? You healed yourself pretty good.
Pretty good, but I was still injured.
Fuck, man. Why do I gotta get like? How am I so unlucky with woman in real life and in game? Like I don't get it. How am I so unlucky, man?
Are we
Yeah.
back? Or are
I
we
think
still
Vision. I
We're
think
waiting
Vision.
in Vision.
Yeah, Vision's in the washroom. I think
Okay,
Vision's
I'm-
trolling you.
Me?
I'm back.
Welcome back, Vision.
Yeah, thank you.
I changed slightly
Cupid.
where I moved to, but it's still within my. I still get hit by, or Muriel still gets an attack of opportunity on me.
Right,
Well-
and so as you step away, she swipes out at you with her hand almost like mimicking the form of a claw.
No weapon, just her hand.
So that doesn't hit me.
Okay.
That's because she didn't meant to hurt you.
Alright, so then I swing with my glaive at this undead goblin thing.
Okay. One second again.
Guys, we gotta think about something. We can't. She was our waifu. She look at how hot she is. She can't just. Okay, let's see. What useful powers can I use?
That doesn't hit.
Oh, it doesn't hit.
Wait, what?
Oh, never mind, it does.
I was gonna be like, he has an AC of
I was
19
about
or
to be like,
20.
holy.
I was about to shit bricks.
Yeah, we're about to book the fuck out of here.
All right, yeah. So it hits, and it kind of turns around and looks at you and hisses its real jagged teeth in its mouth, like dripping blood and saliva, and it seems enraged and bloodied.
Alright, I'm gonna end my turn.
All right, Gust.
All right, me understanding after the Warg incident that Lizard deserves his shot, even though my mind, I know what's going on here.
You don't know
I
shit.
look. Hey, I'm thinking this. You don't know what I'm saying.
Sorry. I was yeah.
And this goblin behind me, I cast Hideous Laughter at it. It's got to make a Wisdom saving throw. It's got to beat a 14. Or it's CC'd.
And as you do this, it seems completely unaffected by the spell.
It is super dumb. Got it. I'm sitting there like, fuck. I look over at Gideon and I'm like, you haven't used that Bardic Inspiration, have I? Have you yet?
No.
No, okay. You know what? I look over at my boy Liz. I say, look, man, I want you to have the love of your life, and I pull out my flute, and I play a very inspirational melody tone to be like, "This is your girl, get her," and you just see a musical note appear next to you, and I say, "Get her, my man."
I will.
And as for the heroism on Lizard and Gideon, is it still active? Like, would they still get the temp HP? Is it the same battle, or how's this working? Since we kind of had
Those
like
are concentration.
Yeah.
It's concentration, so if you were to cast one, the other would fall off.
I did it at level 2, so I did it at the same time on both of them.
Actually, is that how it works?
Yeah.
It's 2.
At level 2, I can pick an extra target to give heroism to.
When you casted 2, also when you casted the hideous laughter, it would have fallen off. Because that's also concentration.
No, is it? Oh yeah, you're right. So yeah, it fell off. Okay, never mind. So they got what they got. I was just curious. But for a future reference, if I didn't do another concentration,
It will still be up, yeah.
it'd still be up. Okay, I was just curious. I don't like the position I'm in, so I'm kind of moving in behind my boy Liz, and that'll be my play.
All right, Liz.
Well, there's not many things I care about in this world. But there is one light, one star, that brought some life, briefly, into my existence. I'm gonna use my attack. Well, I'm not going to attack. I'm gonna charge directly into the girl, into Mariel, and I'm gonna try to immobilize her, like prone her and grab her. So I get,
Are you gonna use my inspiration with that?
depending on what I roll, I will, yes.
Every time you do that, I think, would you like fries with that? Would you like a bardic inspiration with that?
Yeah,
Big
pretty
fries.
Keep in mind, okay? Keep in mind with the notes of potential next to you, right? This is what you get. And so take a look at this skill, the skill version.
I don't have this though now, right?
I gave you a bardic inspiration, and the note comes with the bardic inspiration. So these are
Okay.
added effects.
Okay. 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 All right. Vision. I'm gonna try to control Mariel, like completely immobilize her. What should I
Okay.
do?
Make a strength roll. It's your strength versus hers.
I rolled in disadvantage by mistake, so it would be the 10.
Right, it works.
Good. I jump into her and I grab with my arm. I grab one of her wrists, and with my other arm, I grab her other wrist, and we kind of like fall in a very Hollywood way into the corpses on the floor. As I'm on top of her, I look her in the eyes deeply to see if she reacts, to see if there's some hope, some light behind her dusty eyes.
And as this is happening, she starts jerking her neck forward, trying to bite you.
I try, I pull my head a bit down and I force her to look into me as she's trying to bite. That's the end of my turn. I don't know how to represent
Right.
this, but I'm like on top of her.
Okay, Kenyan.
Okay. I'll just step to the side and go after this goblin with my blade.
Okay, it hits.
8.
Okay. And it stabs in, and a little bit of some blood pours out, and the heat from your blade sort of singes it a little bit as burn marks appear. And it stands still, looking fairly healthy.
Okay. That's it for me.
All right, so first, the little goblin here is going to dash forward at Ham.
Okay, I didn't see the ping, so I was about to ask.
And it's gonna as it's moving, it's gonna pick up a javelin that was laying by where its body normally was, and it's gonna make a quick stab forward. And I whispered that to me, but that's a for sure miss.
Okay, on that miss, I'm gonna use riposte.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna swing with my glaive now.
Okay. And that hits.
So
Oh.
then I do a 1d8 plus that for 12 damage. There's no constitution check on that one. Unless it's something else. Okay.
Yeah, it's something else.
Monka. I don't like when Vision does extra stuff. It's never good for us.
All right, you watch as you knock this thing down to the ground, and you're very sure you killed it. You watch as it snaps its head back into place and stands right back up in front of you.
I kind of see this go, decapitate it?
All right, and then for Muriel, while Liz has her grappled, not trying to break away, she just begins clawing at him,
What is clawing, man?
Attack.
digging her like fingernails into your skin. So yes, she's attacking.
Well, he misses.
And she's able to make another swipe with her claw.
Oh!
She hits four slashing. And Ham, it is your turn.
I've taken more damage by a woman before, so critical damage, I must say.
Alright, I'm going to...
I'm glad you got the reference, Tyra. Sometimes. Love.
I want to move around, and I'll
Right.
shout out to Liz, hold her still. I'll try to tie her up.
Oh,
So I put my glaive away and pull out some rope
ogres.
and try to tie Muriel up. I don't know if that's like
I'm definitely helping. I'm definitely helping.
athletics or something.
Oh, let me try to. I have no idea.
Is this fight worth it?
It would be a strength versus her strength, who has advantage if he's helping.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
because
still
she's
considered
grappled,
grapple.
so it should be a advantage or whatever, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
It's like
stone's whispering to me again.
you're still attempting to tie her up, which is a form of grapple.
Makes sense.
Yeah, go ahead and make a strength check with advantage.
I just clicked the strength thing.
Yeah, with your advantage on. And she is able to jerk her body around, and you can't quite get a rope around her.
Come on, man! You had to do one roll.
All right, I'm going to action surge
Oh,
and attempt this again.
my man.
Oh my god!
My man.
Holy shit! Really?
On the second try, you're able to get the rope around her.
The epic music.
All right, this,
Tying up a woman has never been so epic. I love it.
do I have enough to? I probably can't bring my weapon back out, right? Because I already changed weapons once.
I would consider that a free action.
Yeah, I would just not worry about weapon stuff,
Okay, then,
like switching.
Okay, then that's the end of my turn, though.
All right, Gust.
Well, considering I just see Ham and Liz trying to tie up a woman while Ham has a goblin to his back,
Guys, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, you gotta do
I
what
come
you gotta
around
do.
the pillar behind this goblin, and I just dagger at it. I got advantage because flanking, right?
True. That's
Hey.
you. You need to be there exactly, or it needs to be like a diagonal.
Does it?
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
This. Okay.
And
Well,
and then if someone else joined, then they can be whatever.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
then I do that.
Yeah.
It's just 5 feet difference,
Yep, it hits.
and I do 5.
Yeah. I'm gonna help now, Magic. Okay.
And as your dagger slices into this thing, it falls to the ground. And its limbs shaking, it kind of like propels itself back up onto its feet.
I'm like, I look over at Ham. I'm like, can you triple tap this? Deal with this before we deal with her.
Guys, the stone whispered to me again. I mean,
We're in combat,
I know
so
it.
he really can't say much. Sadly.
You can scream it.
but I guess I would have to wait till my turn.
You could like do
Technically.
it. You could say something quick as a reaction to what I'm doing. Like it's gotta be like 3 seconds though.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if that works. Stone whispered, it's not worth it. Let's go.
Fuck your
And I-
stone. As I go back into attending Muriel.
Got a bonus left. I'm thinking how I want to do this. Yeah, no, that's gonna be it for me, Vision.
All right, Liz.
I don't care what your stone says. We are members of the guild. And we protect the people from Crossway. We have a mission, but we also have our own causes. As I lift very carefully Mariel into the floor, as I know she's very tied up and she cannot escape, might quote that, and I grab my crossbow, and I shoot the first goblin. Pow!
Okay,
It's a good shot.
it hits.
That's a lot of damage.
All right, how would you like to kill this?
As the arrow gets the essence of my love, it flies strong. And just like Cupid, it didn't miss its target. hits it in the forehead, bullseye, and I turn around quickly as I am able to perform an extra shot, as I didn't move this turn, thanks to my quick shot. And I shot at the other goblin in front of me. It's a pretty good shot. Not as good as the other one.
Yeah, it hits.
And it does 9 damage.
All right, and the bolt becomes embedded into its skin, and it still stands ready to fight. It's now bloodied though.
Oh, by the way, I completely fucked up the... I should have taken the HP out of my temporary HP, so I'll fix that if you don't mind, Vision. From the claw attack.
No, that's fine. It's supposed to come out at 10.
Yeah, just letting you guys know if you see numbers going up.
Yeah, go for it.
You could say I was shielded by love.
I like to think my performance did it.
True, because you also believe in our love, so it's just love overall. Beautiful.
All right, is that it for you, Liz?
Yes, that is the end of my turn.
All right, Genian.
I'll take another stab at this one in front of me since it's bloodied.
Right, misses.
Yep. That's it for me.
All right, this goblin over here. The arrow still sticking out of its rib cage. Lunges forward with the javelin. Can't remember does that hit your AC?
My AC is 14. 16, yeah.
Wait, what?
It seems to just bounce off your armor.
0 damage, boggers. They have negative things.
That's negative. He has no proficiency, and I confirmed he has less than 4 intelligence earlier, so he's probably got other negative
Yeah,
stats.
he's got a -1 somewhere. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Parksy's lucky.
Wow.
And you watch now as Muriel, her skin, it looks like she's starting to rapidly age. Her eyes are starting to like sink further into her head. And now that her arms are restrained, she leans forward in an attempt to bite Liz for 11 piercing damage.
I mean, I wanted her to bite me, but not like that. But okay.
Hey, she likes it rough. Can't say
Very
anything
rough.
about it.
All right, Ham.
Would I be right in assuming that I can move out of Muriel's range without getting hit by attack of opportunity since she's
I mean,
so
She would still be
restrained?
able, she would still be able to bite.
I'll
Put
kind
something in her
of
mouth.
I kind of shout out to Liz. I'm not sure there's any humanity left, but we'll see what we can do once we get rid of these goblins. So I'll move out of her range.
she just likes me a lot. Wants to eat me.
So I'm assuming I'll get attacked.
Yeah. Yeah, as you're stepping away, her body will lunge in your direction, mouth opening, attempting to bite at your ankles, and it will miss.
She doesn't want to eat him. Makes sense.
25. I can move right there. Yeah. All right, and then I'll swing at this goblin.
Yep, it hits. All right. And your glaive pierces through its chest, blood splattering, this black blood splattering all over Ginian, and it kind of twists its way around your blade, like cutting off half of its side. It turns to face you, and kind of throws your glaive to the side as it stands staring at you,
Alright,
quite
that's the end of my
angrily.
turn.
Guys, what shall I do? What shall I do?
And Gust.
Alright, I pre-planned the movement, but I'm moving here. Because it's like 5:30 here, and I'll be here at 30. And, yeah, I'm just gonna dagger attack.
Good opportunity.
You
I
have
didn't use it.
advantage too.
I didn't use it, but I assumed it probably
That's
killed it,
advantage?
and it just came
Yeah.
back to life. Yeah.
Yeah, you have advantage. All right, it hits. All right, how would you like to kill this?
As I'm getting sick of seeing these things just come back up, I whip out my dagger, catch out there, come around the pillar, kind of using my other hand to press on it to come in quicker, and I come in, and once again, I come from the bottom, and I go up through its head, and I slash through the bottom of its mouth, up through its jaw, and just watch it fall over and go, we really need to double tap these things. Triple even.
All right, and with that, Liz, it's your turn.
As I'm quite surprised. I don't obviously recognize this figure anymore. She's looking at me almost like a suffering creature that wants to be freed. I look at her in the eyes one last time. What do I perceive?
Just raw, animalistic intent to kill.
I load my crossbow slowly as she is moving her jaw like a rampant animal. And I aim at her. I can't do it. Instead, I use the back of my crossbow, you know, like the kind of like where you would rest your arm.
It's called the butt.
The butt, there it is. I grab my butt and I kick her in the forehead in an attempt to knock her unconscious. What shall I do in order to perform this action?
I don't know, guys. Let me look this up.
It's
For the
called a
sake of being
non-lethal attack.
tied up, there's a like restrained condition, which is probably pretty appropriate.
The idea is she stops biting and we maybe can take her, you know, to Crossway to see if someone can help her, and if not, well, we tried, you know.
Or potentially tie her up here.
We definitely don't have the experience to know what the fuck is going on her, right?
Yeah.
As far as I know, you get knocked unconscious when your HP reaches 0.
That's if they say they don't want to kill it. Instead of killing it, they can choose to knock it out. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna hit the shit out of her, right? With a non-mortal intention. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you can restrain your attack to leave something alive.
I guess I'll roll as if it's my crossbow then, or what should I do?
No, we gotta look up improvised.
It's gotta be It's gotta be melee.
I mean, I can just hit her with the back of my rapier, like whatever makes more. I was just role playing with the crossbow, but
Yeah.
I could just pull.
Go
my
ahead
crossbow.
and yeah, go ahead and roll just a d20.
Okay.
And that'll
Hey.
hit. It'll be 1d4.
Damage.
Yeah. I guess you'd roll 2, right? Because it's a crit.
Yeah.
All right, and you smash the butt of your crossbow into her head, and bits of her skin seem to just like crumble off, and blood begins dripping down her face. But she still seems very healthy.
Well, that's the end of my turn.
This is worse than when I was healing a work that you guys were burning. You tied her up and now you're just bashing her face in until death.
I mean, from the role-playing purposes, right? I would imagine that I just like, she's tied up. I just like, you know how they do in the movies. You just put her in the head and then you wake up and you're at Crossway. But it's obviously not happening, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Someone you gotta slap her.
At least I was trying to heal my thing I was trying to make love with. You're not just being rude.
Hold up. Did you just say make love with, and we're talking about wolves?
Make love as in build a trust, a connection, a relationship, not literally fuck a wolf. Like, calm down.
Hey, I'm not gonna judge your preferences. You don't need to judge my preferences. It's okay. We're in this together.
Oh no, I'm not judging the preference. I'm judging the methodology.
Hey.
I want to ask the. I don't plan on attacking or anything. I want to ask that stone, where next? Okay. Talking to the rest of the party. I'll stay here to finish out whatever she's become. I'm not going to stay here much longer. I'll give you your next turn to decide, and then I'm going to be heading out. We have bigger issues to deal with.
I agree with Gideon on this one.
And then I'll step over here to help me make that decision, and I'll end my turn. Before I end my turn, I will ready my flaming scimitar, and then I will end my turn.
What's the condition if you use it? Are you holding an attack?
Yeah, if Liz can't make a decision on what to do, do I with my nature-y prowess from being a druid, do I feel any sort of natural life coming from her?
Make a nature check.
You can add my bardic inspiration to it, because if you don't do it now, pretty much it's going to be worthless, so.
That's one. Oh, whoops, I had that on advantage. That was a 6. And then that's what, another d6?
So how it works for skill checks, right? To add it to an ability check, the creature can expend the note to roll the bardic inspiration die again and choose which roll you use. So if you use the note, you get 2 rolls, and you choose which one's higher, essentially.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'll roll advantage for this. Okay, so that's 11.
All right. So, being a druid, you're pretty familiar with nature, and not only can you tell that this is something unnatural, you get the sense that it doesn't even feel like it's from this world.
Okay, then yeah, that decides it. I'm gonna stand here and ready my flaming sword, and if Liz can't make a rational decision on the next turn,
Do I get
um,
this information,
I-
Ganian? Do you share with me this information? Like,
oh yeah, okay. If you can't make a rational decision on your next turn with what to do with her, I will end her. For the sake of moving on to bigger issues, I don't even feel anything from her, from this world, like I do animals or other people.
as I stop to analyze the situation and look how ridiculous I look, I look at Guinean and I nod in approval.
Do you want me to do it? Or do you want to do it?
I mean, I should do it, right? But, yeah, I guess I'll just kill it.
While this is happening, Muriel's still
Don't mind me, I was trying to
leaning
hide
up,
that.
trying to bite Liz.
Well, she misses.
I'll say, the last
Yeah.
thing we can do is I still have more rope. We can tie her to the pillar, return to Crossway, and see if
We
anybody
need to
there
end her
has.
suffering.
All
I'm
right,
sorry,
that's
I was wrong. And he will pay for it. Well, we definitely, from me, we definitely kill her now. Like, if we gotta like all roll attack till she dies, then we can do it that way. But yeah,
So, are you wanting me to do it, or do you want to wait till your next turn?
well,
I mean, she's not even bloodied yet, so.
yeah. I mean, you might as well hit it, right? Or this is gonna take.
It's no longer a her, it's an
I
it.
mean,
Let's be
in my
honest.
head, I just execute her, right? But we can do the tabletop part like properly.
Yeah.
You guys can,
Okay,
since she's
well.
restrained, you can go ahead and do that.
Oh.
Well, then I just do that.
Maybe
Then
about this-
I said,
Okay.
Guinean asked me if he's gonna do it, right? And said, all right. As the crossbow is still loaded, I look at her and point blank, execution style, I press the trigger.
While he's executing her, I'm trying to look around it through the body, see if I can find anything more related to what's going on to give us clues. Do I find anything?
Let's let Lizard execute her before we start looting the corpses.
I know, but I'll no. I wasn't looting. I was just looking,
She
like
is-
investigating. But yeah, let him finish the execution.
So, as you put the bolt in her head, her body seems to just crumble. And it seems to like topple down like a sandcastle being destroyed, leaving only a pale pile of ash and her old bloody robes. And as the course of this battle has been happening, the clouds have sort of drifted away with the wind, and the sun now setting. The moon is overhead, coming to its full brightness, and a gust of wind like kind of wraps its way through this little clearing here and around the inside of the columns, and Muriel's the ashes there, what was once the husk of Muriel, the ashes sort of drift into the breeze and are scattered into the wind.
As her body fades into thin air, just like smoke. My heart does too.
I let me look at my character sheet real quick.
Vision,
As this,
Vision, is there anything left material that like maybe like a jewel,
What?
a rock, stone, something that I could grab to just like for my own, or just for remembering her?
her robe, it's pretty much torn up and covered in blood, and you do see a really plain silver necklace. It's just chain links, basically.
Lizard, or Liz, do you still have damage taken?
Yeah.
Is your health down?
Yeah.
Okay. While the body is starting to get brushed away by the wind, I'm going to use my flames of life. So here, I'll link it. That's flames of life. So essentially, her ashes turn into like a sparkling, fiery blue, kind of radiant color. And as long as you touch the fire, you will be healed.
I touch it. It remains. And I can feel
Alright.
what was left of her healing me.
You feel like a warm sense come over your body, like taking a sip of whiskey or something, warm in the heart. Your insides feel warm.
I rolled
as
the
you're,
dice, but they're still rolling.
That's fine. We can figure that out in a second. And as you look up, you see a star streak briefly across the sky above the mountains to the north. And the tail of it disappears, and the star burns out.
I whisper, almost to myself, goodbye. And I grab the necklace. I look back at Guinean first, and then the rest. Thank you. Let's go.
Alright, onward.
I still want to do a quick investigation around, see if we can find anything else tying the ritual to the shadow people to what we just saw.
I'm
Just
definitely
more
walking
information.
slow, so you can take your time.
So, all right, what are you looking for exactly?
So we have this, we have the stone talking to us, right? But like we have these carvings that Gideon kind of knows about. But I'm seeing like because the way the bodies came around us with the souls and stuff, I want to see if I can find anything along those lines between the pillars that like will let me know like how this spell was created, what its origins was. See if we can find any hint as to how it was made or who made it to get information.
That's a lot of stuff. All right, so you would be looking for stones would be investigation if you're trying to figure out the what the purpose here is. It'd be a Arcana check.
I definitely want to figure out what the purpose, see if I can see the origin of the spell.
Okay, go ahead and roll Arcana.
Fuck, man.
You don't really understand much of what's going on here. Your best bet would be to the most you know is what Gideon told you, or what he would have figured out if he had told you. I assume he would have.
Yeah.
Did that original cloaked creature? Did he like dissipate? Like he's not. Like, his body's not here, or anything, right?
The body's gone. Everything of his essence seemed to be absorbed completely into that one figure's black rapier.
Okay.
And there's nothing of note among the bodies, right?
There's no valuables. It's just like scattered bodies. Like some are goblins, some seem to be they seem to be like dressed pretty similar to the tomato guy in Crossway, just like some simple farmers. You see some like maybe a little bit richer, like possibly a merchant, but as you're crawling around, there's probably about 50 bodies here. As you're crawling around and looking like through all of the corpses, there's not even a single copper coin that you can find.
No notes as to like maybe quest or mission that they may have been on by the Adventurers Guild.
No, these are there appears to be no adventurers guild members here.
All right, and I get up and say I couldn't find anything to help us. That stone is our only lead, and I kind of walk with the group.
And as you guys start to leave here, you notice 12 there's it's like with 12 directions outward, like paths of gray. They seem to be just completely scattered where like the plant life, it looks very familiar, or like very similar to where when you first got here and all the plant life was drained. You notice that going off in 12 different directions. And before you have a chance to follow, they all sort of begin to fade and the plants regain their color and kind of like sprout back up to life.
So we said we noticed them go in 12 different directions. Any of them led back to Crossroad by chance?
You're not too far out. You're maybe like a day out of town. There's a few sets of the footprints head in that general direction, but you can't tell if it's going to Crossway specifically.
Okay. I say to the group, footprints leading in the direction of Crossway, and given the number of spirits that were around us, it's possible it's the spirits leaving those footprints.
I mean, I say we have to head back to Crossway anyway to kind of report back what we just experienced, so may as well kind of follow them for a little bit. But I think our priority really should be getting back to Crossway.
I nod my head saying, yeah, after today, I'm like so far exhausted. Crossway and my bed sound really nice right about now.
At this point, I'm completely at mercy or whatever you guys say. Whatever you guys decide, we can do.
I look to him and say, what do you think?
That's what the stone said, right?
The stone was kind of vague. It just said that we were wasting time there and we needed to go find that guy.
Which guy?
The hooded guy.
I'm like, all right.
I'm assuming, because it said it got away.
Yeah, so I nod my head and say, Crossway it is then, and I kind of form up over here.
Yeah, we'll probably wrap up here too. But if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, we can start doing like the beginning of the travel west, or back to town.
Yeah, I assume it's getting fairly late now, so we'll probably have to make camp.
You guys would be able to make it back before it's completely dark.
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
Yeah, we probably
Right.
know the area with the retcon a little bit, so it's quicker for us.
Yeah. So this will be we'll consider this the travel back. If there's anything that the party wants to discuss, we can do that now, and then we'll probably just have you guys end like getting to Crossway.
I definitely let the party know that we will find this particular seat. We'll find all of them, and we will kill all of them.
I kind of look over Liz, and I put my hand on his shoulder, and I go, I understand the hatred for them. Like I said, shadowy figure took my mom, now it took your love. Common goal, my friend.
Indeed.
All right.
Sounds like
We-
it's
Yeah, we can end there.